Good morning, everybody. Thanks for watching. Today I want to talk about the difference between power and authority and what I learned about the meaning of that in everyday life. So power is simply the ability to compel someone to do what you want them to do. For example, if you are walking down the street and somebody shows up with a gun and they say, "Give me your money," that gun is giving them the power to force you to do what they want you to do, right? Without it, you probably wouldn't. The idea of authority is a little bit different. Authority kind of means that there's some legal backing behind it. Power can be taken, but authority has to be given. Let me give you an example. Say, for example, you're on a high-speed chase, right? With the police. Police are following you. At that point, they have the power to stop you by setting up a blockade, coordinating cars, but they also have the authority because they've been granted power by some judicial body, which says they are authorized to use power. You see what I'm saying? So authority and power is a little bit different. Authority is granted. I can give someone the authority to use power. Let's use that same example in the same high-speed chase. So it's the local police, Bridgeport police, they're chasing you, right? At that point, they have the power and authority to stop you. Now, once they go, let's say this chase carries over into the state of New York, what changed? They still have the power, but they no longer have the authority. You see what I'm saying? They are no longer authorized to use power. Why does all this matter? In life, a lot of times people focus on getting money because it gives you power. And it does. Like if you have money, you have the ability to control things around you. Money gives you the power to say, no, I am not going to eat bad food, right? I'm going to eat better food. Money gives you the power to change your life, people's lives. It gives you a sense of control, right? Power kind of implies controlling things, the ability to control things. Authority, on the other hand, has to be granted. So you may have power, but that doesn't mean you have authority. Let me give an example of what I mean by that. So let's use the same police example. Let's take a traffic guard. Let's put them in the middle of the street. They're directing traffic. Now, that traffic guard has no power to stop cars in their tracks. The only reason why they can is because people recognize the authority of that person standing there. They recognize that that person has the backing, the legal backing of the local municipality. You see what I'm saying? So you want to think about, do you want to have power, meaning, forcing people to do stuff, or do you want to have authority? As I've just showed you, authority is probably better. If you have authority, you don't necessarily need power. You know what I mean? Reminds me of those old sheriffs in these western towns. A lot of them didn't even carry guns. And you think about, how is that possible? Well, they didn't need to. People respected them enough to realize that they were the authority in that town, and they were going to do what that person said, right? They didn't have to be forced. That person didn't have to implement power to force them. So tying all this up, what I learned in life is that it's much better to get people to respect you. If people respect you, then they will give you authority, and you won't have to use power to control people, right? On the other hand, it doesn't work the opposite way. You could be in a position of leadership, maybe a boss. Yeah, and you have the power over people. You can set their schedules. You can force them to do certain things, but they may not recognize your authority in there. And it's just going to be, not good overall. It's going to be a bad experience overall. So think about that. Think about power and authority, whatever you're doing in your life, whether it's at work or at home. You want to think, as you're running things, is it because you have power or is it because you have authority? And I'm going to tell you, you probably want to have authority instead of power. Ideally both. But if I had to pick one, I would rather have the authority over something. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.